Me too. So today we're actually over in the far eastern fells today. It's a very cold morning, it's about 1 degree so far, but it's a bit early, so hopefully it'll heat up a little bit as we get on. We're over here today to do, hopefully ticking off 3 wainwrights. We started the walk off in Martindale, and hopefully this will be part of my 2022 challenge. I have the joy of turning 30 this year, so I'd set myself a little bit of a challenge, actually inspired by Ethan. We spoke about different challenges I could do, different things I could set myself for the year, and after a little bit of research I decided on trying to challenge myself and attempting at least as many as I could of the 214 wainwrights that are over in the lakes. So this is going to be the first one of the year. This is the first fell of the day. Like I say, hopefully we're going to be ticking off 3 today. About a 5-hour walk, hopefully document it as we go. Let's go. Being a very cold winter morning, I'm looking up at the hills and they have quite a bit of snow on them. Now I do not have crampons. I forgot my gloves, they're in the loft, didn't get them down. Let's avoid those routes. So I've arrived at the first ascent now, first climb. It's a steep one. As you get right to the top, what you think, all of a sudden it keeps going up. So we're just approaching my first wainwright of the day. Sorry about that, walked into a very boggy piece of land. That was one thing I learned very quick about this walk. It's very wet. So as I was saying, just approaching the first wainwright of the day. It's going to be Beard Ahead. It's going to be the first one that I hit from Martindale. The weather is coming out really nice. It's still cold, but because it's such a steep incline, you get warm really quick, and all the hills are covered in snow. Beautiful, beautiful day. Beard Ahead done. First wainwright of the day. So I don't know if I actually mentioned, but I'm doing the Western Martindale Fells. I just picked it up off All Trails. It's estimated to take around, well, the one on the map said 7 to 8 hours. However, I couldn't quite fit in all of the wainwrights that were on that one, so I've cut it down a little bit, just covering the 3. Should take me about 4 to 5 hours. The way I plod on though, Might be a little bit longer, but hopefully the daylight will keep out for us. I just wanted to show you the top a bit ahead. Well, that's Anglepan hike done. On to Place Fell now. Like many others, I picked it up last year in the pandemic. I was working from home, living at home by myself, lockdowns, couldn't get out anywhere, and it was just tough and boring. I'd never really gotten into walking. I'd actually just started by walking around my local home, my local estate. Got into a really good routine, noticed the benefits for my personal mental health. And then I started to think, how can I challenge myself more? How can I really get into this? How can I do something different? I'm quite lucky in that I live about 2 hours away from the Lake District, so as long as I get up early, I can usually get over in good time. So I just downloaded AllTrails and started looking at hikes, started looking at things that I could get into, looking on Instagram at really good sites. I'm a very visual person, and believe it or not, one of my first solo hikes was actually Helvellyn via Striding Edge. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed it, really enjoyed myself. I was obviously very careful. Maybe it's not the best one for a novice hiker, but it was very busy and I was able to follow everyone else's guidance. So I think if you are getting into walking, research it a little bit better than I did. Know your limits. You know, get out on the fells to begin with. There's much easier ones to start off with, but I think it's great to challenge yourself. Obviously, I'm now trying to go to all of the wainwrights as much as I can. That includes obviously quite a few hikes. Scarfell hike is one of them. That's on the top of my list. That will allow me to complete the 3 peaks. So hopefully a bit. We're a bit off track there. Just get myself back on the right map. Thank God for AllTrails working with no signal. I would highly recommend that. If you ever get lost, GPS is a fail-safe and it always catches you, so very much worthwhile. So yeah, so we've just finished Anglepan Pike. We're on our way to Place Fell now. This one's a little bit of a walk away, so let's see what we see. at the halfway point now, so stop, bit of lunch, caffeinate, and set off for the last half. The cold weather's frozen, I think. A really lovely walk. The last one ended up being Fell. There is one more, but it's starting to get to that sunset time now. I don't really fancy hiking in the dark, coming down somewhere that I'm not familiar with. But yeah, the weather turned out gorgeous. It was really cold this morning, but as it's cleared up a little bit later on, it's come out so perfect. I've actually sort of take off a few layers throughout going around, but yeah, really good. Yeah, so we actually ended up being able to cover 3 of them. So the first one was Glade Ahead, then we obviously made through to Angle Tarn, and the last one was Place Fell, and then it was nice and all downhill from there. On the flat now, back to the car, so I'll talk to you when we get back to the car. Back to the car. So I parked at the Martindale Church. It's actually a really popular car park, so if you are thinking of doing the walk, I would recommend getting here early because there's a lot of cars parked kind of on the roadside. So I got here for about 9, which is later than I expected, but it was already filling up there. It's actually near Pooley Bridge, and there's waterside and park foot campsites, which I actually spent last summer, so that was nice and familiar, albeit an awful lot quieter than it was on this cold January day. But yeah, so time to set off home. I've got a spare cookie here and whatever remainder of my cold coffee, but that'll do. Let's go home.